4 months of perfect training, and then I get to 4 days out from Manchester Marathon and my head is absolutely melted. Have I completely ruined this taper? Well, let's talk and let's find out. So the last 4 months training has been pretty consistent. Like, I feel like I am happy with myself and what I have done. Starting from January onwards, like, I had consistent weeks. My goal really was to work hard and meet my weekly goals, which was like 50 miles in January, then 60 and then 70 as we went into April. I probably averaged around 55 or 60 mile a week since January. More or less all of the training that my coach gave to me I have done. There are certain runs I feel like I could have tried harder on, in particular the faster stuff, but all in all I feel like I have worked pretty hard in this block and things should be coming together. On previous marathons, my taper has been as perfect towards what my coach has prescribed as it could be, and this time it's been a little different. Like before, my coach has given me, he doesn't give a massive taper, it's kind of like a 7 to 10 day taper. I suppose the taper he gives me would be, it seems to be more what like faster runners would taper with. I know some people don't really agree with it, but for me it has worked before whenever I have got it right. Last year in Manchester Marathon, my legs were absolutely dead. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was overtrained, maybe I didn't taper right, I don't know. I tend to think it was more of a fueling problem, or maybe a combination of both. But this year, everything has been going pretty well right up until the taper. And I know that in the taper, you can be absolutely fried with your head telling you, you know, you haven't done this right, or you've got a pain in your calf, or all these different things. But for me, it really came from being overworked really and not getting out for certain runs. Let's put this into context. All my long runs went pretty well. They were hard, as they should be. And 3 weeks out from Manchester, I ran my furthest run of the block, and that was 23 miles. Then the following week after that, I had, which is 2 weeks out, I had a 17 mile run at a faster pace, which is probably closer to my marathon pace. In this block, I have done over, I think, 6 or 7 runs over 20 miles. First 2 or 3 of those I done on quite hilly ground and kept it in around 8 minutes per mile average. Then the last few I've done on flatter ground, and that has been averaged around 7 minutes 30 per mile, or 7:25. On the last one there, which is a 17 mile run, I done a few faster sort of stints in the run, which were around 7:15, 7:20 pace. I actually went a wee bit faster in some. So that was 2 weeks out. And then last week, I ran about 10 miles closer, sort of progressive run from 7:25 per mile down to 7:15. Most of those last runs were done on very, very bad weather. You know, I feel like I have pushed through on wet and windy weather and on sunny weather too, and from looking at the weather forecast for this weekend, I do believe it's going to be a sunny one, so I feel like I have prepared for that. Problem really has been this last week or so, I have missed a few runs due to being busy at work. Last weekend, like, I had 2 weddings and I was just like absolutely exhausted after them. I couldn't run those days, so I ended up taking nearly 3 days off from running, which has completely messed with my head in this last week. I keep thinking that, you know, I've absolutely ruined what I have built up. Like, I haven't been running much the last week. I went from running a 70 mile week 3 weeks out down to 50 mile and then 40 mile week, and then this week I have missed my Monday run, which was supposed to be 8 miles, and done 8 mile session last night. I'm so tired today, I just couldn't even go out to run 4 miles tonight. I was going to, but it didn't happen. I have 6 miles tomorrow. I will do a 3 mile checkout run on Saturday, which will take me up, I think, in around 20 miles for the week before the marathon. So I suppose all in all I end up doing 46 miles. All these things are just going through my head, and I feel like because I missed those runs last weekend, that I have somehow jeopardized what I have built up for the last few months. Now, I know a lot of that is absolute rubbish, and I know that come race day I should feel pretty good. Well, I hope I will, but why do we let all this stuff go through our heads on the week of the marathon? I just don't know. And to put things even worse, I ordered myself a pair of Vaporfly 4s the other day, thinking that, do you know what? I need new shoes. I heard these are good, and when I order these, I might wear them on race day. Why would I do that? I just don't know. Anyway, I haven't even worn them yet because I got them yesterday and I went out to do my run last night. It was absolutely freezing. I just wore a pair of old shoes. Like last night, if I'd have wore those shoes, they'd just got wrecked. Like, I wore a pair of old shoes and it was just horrendous conditions. This was at 10 o'clock last night. I just was like a drowned rat. I ended up having to go into the shop afterwards. I was shaking from head to toe. It was so cold. Not the kind of vibe you want 5 days out from a marathon, but that's the way it was. I had to go out late last night and it was just in real heavy rain, really windy and really cold, and it looks like it's going to be slightly different this Sunday, but that's it really. I just want to come on. I know, like, I haven't made a lot of videos over the last wee while, and I know there's not big numbers of people watch this channel, and I just want to keep those of you who do update it in a sense. So everything has went well up until the taper. I have maybe rested a wee bit too much in terms of rest days. I haven't rested as much in terms of sleep. I really need to nail my sleep over the next few nights. I really do. But if that goes well, hopefully I feel pretty good, and I shouldn't really have a lot of excuses. I'm going to carb load from tomorrow, which is Thursday. I'm working weddings Thursday, Friday, and then I'm off on Saturday and fly over to Manchester on Saturday afternoon. So we're going to carb load over the next couple of days. Hopefully get a good night's sleep those 2 nights, and then I'm in a hotel Saturday night, so we'll see what way that goes. Listen, my next video will be a race video, and I do plan on doing that, so I'll hopefully be posting that soon after Manchester Marathon this weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I'm just going to cut it there. There's not really much else to say. I know it's a fairly simple one, and it's just for those of you that have been watching my channel. I just want to let you know how my taper has been going, how I'm feeling this week, and just like a pre-race video. Sorry, one thing before I go, I want to mention what I decided to go with in terms of gels. I bought the SAS Beta gels. I had been using more 10 the last few marathons. These SAS ones I found to be really good. They're a lot less expensive. I got a good deal on them and I bought quite a lot of them. So I have those, strawberry and lime flavour, I believe. I'm going to take 6 with me. I'm going to take one every half an hour, which will be 80 grams of carbs per hour. That's the way I trained a few weeks ago, so that's what I'm going to go with. So yeah, I'll leave everything else for the race video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. And if you're in Manchester and you do happen to see me, please say hello. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. All the best. See you later. Bye bye.